after work today, we are working on brakes. Working on brakes on the Gokart. The other day, I went out for a ride. Tried to anyway, got a little ways out, and I was having some fueling issues, so I had to put it on a trailer, drag it back home. Investigating some of the fuel pump problems, trying to get that figured out on this one, not my dad's. I decided to pull off the brake drums just for the fun of it. Check the emergency brake cables, because that's what it was. I needed to replace those because I haven't had a working emergency brake for I don't know if I've ever had a really good working one on this since I've had it. So I wanted to see how much of a job it would be to change the brake cables. These ones. And come to find out, this one was leaking oil right out the seal. There's a seal right here on the end of the axle. It was leaking oil out onto my brakes. So this side, the brakes are well lubricated. Previously, I didn't film it. I pulled the axle out. I put new seal on it, new bearing on it. There's a bearing retainer ring, and then there's an inner seal. So I already did all that. I put the axle back in, and I got my brakes in the mail today, and so it's time to work on getting them changed. So I'm going to start working my way back. I'm going to get the emergency brake cable stubbed through the back plate of the brakes, and get the old one out, get the new one stubbed through. I may not get it all the way up into the cab tonight, but we'll see. And then try to get my new brake shoes, and I also bought a new hub. See this one here, it's worn really bad. There's actually a really big lip right here. It made it quite difficult to get that one off. So I've got a new one of those. I'm going to be putting new ones on. So a little bit of the backstory on this tractor. I've had it since 2010. I've had it since 2010. My dad had bought it. My dad had bought it with the engine out of it. The engine wasn't out of it. There was issues with the head. I think somebody had blown a head gasket or something like that. The previous owners did. He bought it because he liked it, that it was a tin top. And he bought it. It's kind of sat around for a while. And it also had been wrecked in the right front corner. And I liked it. I wanted it. And one day he said, well, let's go get that thing fixed up for you. So that's what we did. We drove down and picked it up from where it was being stored. Hooked it on a tow rope behind the woods truck, and drug it about 45 miles. Just drug it on a tow rope about 45 miles up to the shop, and we ended up making it nice. We took the head down to a machine shop, had them do a full rebuild on the head, all new valves, all new valve seats, and full rebuild on the head. And we put new rings and bearings in it. So the engine in this one's basically brand new. Then we decided that since we're doing all that, we might as well give it a paint job. So we gave it the old backyard paint job. It ain't perfect, but I was saying good, but it's good from afar, but far from good. But actually, it turned out pretty decent. There's only one or two runs in it here or there. Anyway, yeah, and I drove it through college. Yeah, it was a lot of fun in college. Took it a lot of places. Took out sand dunes a lot of little back roads and whatnot out through the desert, and a lot of really fun times. Only ever got it stuck once to the point I had to be pulled down. Twice. Got it stuck twice to the point I had to be pulled out. I did learn that if you go sideways across the ruts in the 2-track trail, that the wheelbase on this thing is just so, just the right wheelbase, and you'll get stuck. The front tires will go in the hole in the front, back tires will go in the hole in the back, and you'll be high centered in the middle. That happened a time or two. Failed. Ha! I got it. I don't think I had it painted. I don't think I had it for a week after the paint job before I put some custom pinstripes on it. Courtesy of the trees. I remember one time putting the engine in this thing. I think it was the second time I had to put the engine in it. And when I was putting the engine back into it, I had a hoist hooked into one of the TGI floor joists in the top of my parents' shop. My dad's shop, and it was hooked through one of the little knockout holes in the TGI, and it come loose. Come loose out of there, and the hoist dropped down, and it hit the base of the windshield, and it made a really funny crack. I'll show it to you. I hope you can see it. But it hit right down here, and then it made this circle crack in the windshield. There we go. Emergency brakes cable has been stabbed back through the hole. Goes on there. That one goes. There-ish. Right here. And then, see if we can get it all go back in there. That one's in there. That one's in there. In there. That goes back. You know what? Probably be easier if I put this on first. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. Brakes are on. What I gotta do is I gotta punch these studs out. And punch these studs out, put them in the new brake drum, and side's done. Off to the scrap heap with that. Go, wheel studs installed. This thing cleaned up, put it back on. All right, so finally got all the parts in the mail for the rest of the brakes. I got the other side all changed. I finished up this side. I got the brake drum. I decided to paint it up. I got all the studs in it. It's all put back together, so that's the brakes. We're all done. Thanks for watching.